right now, sitting completely still, hearing these words, you are not actually still at all. You are spinning, you are orbiting, you are being dragged sideways through the depths of space by forces so massive they defy easy comparison, all at the exact same moment, all without a single one of your senses ever registering the slightest hint that any of it is happening. Most people vaguely know Earth spins and orbits the sun. Almost nobody has ever actually added up every single layer of motion stacked on top of that simple fact. And once you do, the true speed of the ground beneath your feet becomes something genuinely difficult to sit comfortably with. Start with the smallest layer, the one closest to home. Earth is constantly rotating on its axis, completing one full spin every 24 hours. If you happen to live near the equator, that rotation is physically carrying you through space at roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour, faster than most commercial airplanes cruise at high altitude. You feel none of it, for the same reason a passenger feels nothing sitting perfectly still inside a smoothly cruising airplane. It is not speed itself that your body detects. It is change in speed, acceleration. And Earth's rotation is so smooth and so consistent that there is essentially nothing for your inner ear to notice at all. For most of human history, this rotation was not just unfelt, it was actively disbelieved. It took until 1851 for anyone to actually prove Earth was spinning using nothing but a simple physics demonstration. A French physicist named Léon Foucault suspended a heavy pendulum from the ceiling of the Pantheon in Paris and set it swinging in a straight line. Over the course of the day, the pendulum's swing appeared to slowly rotate, tracing out a different path across the floor hour by hour. The pendulum itself was not actually turning at all. The floor beneath it and the entire building around it was slowly rotating along with the rest of the planet, while the pendulum simply kept swinging in the same fixed direction the whole time. You can still see the same effect today in weather patterns, since large rotating storm systems like hurricanes curve and spiral specifically because the ground underneath them is turning, deflecting moving air in a pattern called the Coriolis effect. One of the few places where Earth's hidden spin actually leaves a visible fingerprint you can watch unfold in real time from space. Zoom out one level further, and the ground beneath that spinning surface is also being carried in a much larger loop, Earth's orbit around the sun. To keep looping around the sun instead of drifting off into empty space or spiraling into the fire below, Earth has to maintain a very specific, unrelenting velocity of roughly 30 kilometers every single second, which works out to about 107,000 kilometers per hour. For comparison, a typical high-powered rifle bullet leaves the barrel at somewhere around 1 kilometer per second. Earth is carrying you through space right now roughly 30 times faster than that speeding bullet, in complete silence, with no recoil, no sound, and absolutely no sensation of speed whatsoever. That is genuinely difficult to picture, so try this instead. In the time it takes you to read this single sentence, Earth has already carried you several hundred kilometers further along its orbital path than you were a few seconds earlier, and it will keep doing exactly that, non-stop, for as long as the solar system continues to exist. If discovering you are already moving faster than any rocket humanity has ever built, just standing still on solid ground feels a little disorienting, go ahead and subscribe now, because we have only just begun peeling back the layers of motion actually happening beneath your feet. Zoom out again, and the entire solar system, sun included, is not simply parked somewhere quietly inside the Milky Way galaxy. It is orbiting the galaxy's center, dragging Earth, the sun, and every other planet along with it, at a staggering speed of roughly 220 to 240 kilometers per second, somewhere around 800,000 kilometers every single hour. To even begin to picture the scale of the loop being traced out at that speed, consider that the Milky Way itself stretches somewhere around 100,000 light-years across, containing anywhere from 100 billion to as many as 400 billion individual stars, with our own sun sitting out in one of its spiral arms, roughly 26,000 light-years from the crowded, chaotic center. At that almost incomprehensible speed, one complete orbit around the galactic center still takes somewhere between 220 and 230 million years, a stretch of time astronomers sometimes call a single galactic year. Our solar system formed roughly 4.6 billion years ago, meaning the Sun has only completed somewhere around 20 of these galactic orbits during its entire existence. To put that in perspective, the last time our solar system found itself in roughly this exact position along its galactic orbit, dinosaurs had not yet gone extinct, and in fact had barely even finished evolving in the first place. We are moving through the galaxy so slowly, relative to the size of the loop itself, that human civilization has existed for only the tiniest, most invisible fraction of a single lap. Scientists can actually measure a version of the Sun's true speed directly by comparing our motion against the cosmic microwave background itself, the oldest light in the universe, spread almost perfectly evenly across the entire sky. Once astronomers subtract out Earth's own orbit and the Sun's orbit around the galaxy, what remains is a leftover motion of the solar system relative to that ancient background glow, measured at approximately 370 kilometers every single second. This is worth actually sitting with, because it means we are not just moving relative to nearby things like the Sun or the galactic center. We appear to be moving relative to the oldest, most fundamental backdrop in the entire observable universe, the closest thing physics offers to an actual cosmic scale ruler. And this is where the story stops being merely fascinating and starts becoming genuinely difficult to fully process. Because the Milky Way galaxy itself, along with every other galaxy gravitationally bound to it in what astronomers call our local group, is also being dragged sideways through the universe at a speed of roughly 600 kilometers every single second, more than 2 million kilometers per hour. Once every contributing motion from the Sun's own orbit is properly combined and accounted for. This motion was first hinted at in the 1970s, when scientists mapping the cosmic microwave background, the faint leftover glow of the Big Bang itself, noticed something strange. The sky appeared very slightly hotter in one specific direction and very slightly colder in the exact opposite direction, a subtle imbalance called the CMB dipole. That tiny temperature difference, smaller than 1/100th of a single degree, turned out to be direct evidence that our entire galaxy is being pulled somewhere at tremendous speed by something massive enough to move the Milky Way itself like a leaf caught in a powerful current. In 1986, a team of astrophysicists nicknamed the Seven Samurai studied the motion of hundreds of distant elliptical galaxies and confirmed that an enormous, largely invisible concentration of mass really was pulling our entire region of the universe toward it. They called it the Great Attractor. For years afterward, scientists struggled to see it directly at all, because it happens to sit almost perfectly behind the dense, dusty plain of our own galaxy, a region so thoroughly obscured by stars and interstellar dust that astronomers still refer to it, only half-joking, as the zone of avoidance. It eventually took dedicated X-ray telescopes capable of peering straight through that obscuring dust to finally confirm what was hiding on the other side, roughly 150 million light-years away, near the Norma and Centaurus constellations. The sheer mass involved is difficult to state without it sounding like an exaggeration. Estimates place the Great Attractor at somewhere around 100 quadrillion times the mass of our Sun, roughly 1,000,000 times heavier than our entire Milky Way galaxy. If the Milky Way were a single loose pebble, the Great Attractor would be something closer to an entire mountain range, quietly reshaping the motion of everything around it, purely through gravity, without a single visible object marking exactly where its center actually sits. Scientists now understand this entire structure as merely the gravitational core of something even larger, an enormous collection of roughly 100,000 galaxies called the Laniakea supercluster, only properly mapped and named in 2014. Our own Milky Way sits out near the edge of this colossal structure, like a single house located near the outskirts of a sprawling, almost incomprehensibly large city. And even that turns out not to be the true final answer. Astronomers studying galaxy flows on even larger scales have identified something even more massive lurking roughly 650 million light-years away, called the Shapley Supercluster, a structure so dense it contains the estimated mass of 10,000 Milky Way-sized galaxies packed into one region of space. Some researchers now suspect the Great Attractor itself might simply be a smaller, closer clump caught in the outer gravitational current of this far larger, more distant structure, meaning the true destination our entire galaxy has been quietly racing toward this whole time might not even be the object we originally thought it was. On top of every single one of these motions sits one final layer, different in character from all the others. Space itself is expanding, uniformly, in every direction, a discovery first made by Edwin Hubble in the 1920s. This expansion is not a speed in the traditional sense of something physically racing through space. It is space itself, quietly growing larger everywhere at once, which means the farther away a galaxy already sits from us, the faster the space between us, and it appears to be stretching, regardless of any additional motion that galaxy might have of its own. Nearby galaxies like Andromeda are close enough that their own gravitational pull toward us still outweighs this stretching effect entirely. But galaxies sitting billions of light-years away are being carried apart from us by this expansion at speeds that can exceed the speed of light itself, not because anything is physically outracing light, but because the space between us is simply growing that quickly. Every single motion described so far, Earth's spin, its orbit, the Sun's galactic orbit, and the pull toward the Great Attractor, is layered directly on top of this separate, ongoing stretching of space itself. Here is the part that makes this entire chase feel almost cruelly ironic. At our current measured speed, some early calculations suggested it would take somewhere around 15 billion years to actually reach the heart of the Great Attractor, assuming its pull remained perfectly constant the entire time. It will not remain constant. The same mysterious dark energy driving the accelerating expansion of the entire universe is expected to eventually stretch the space between us and the Great Attractor faster than our galaxy can ever close that gap, meaning the Milky Way is being pulled with tremendous force toward a destination it is mathematically destined to never actually reach. We are not simply moving, we are locked into an enormous, silent, multi-billion-year chase across the universe toward a finish line that dark energy will eventually erase before we ever cross it. Now try to hold every single one of these layers in your mind at the exact same time. Right now, you are spinning with the surface of the Earth at roughly 1,670 kilometers per hour. At the same instant, that spinning Earth is orbiting the Sun at roughly 107,000 kilometers per hour. At the very same moment, the Sun itself is hauling the entire solar system around the center of the Milky Way at close to 800,000 kilometers per hour. And underneath all of that, the whole galaxy is simultaneously being dragged toward the Great Attractor and possibly the far larger Shapley Supercluster beyond it at roughly 2 million kilometers per hour. These speeds do not simply exist side by side. They combine, layer stacked directly on top of layer, meaning your actual total speed relative to the ancient, nearly motionless backdrop of the cosmic microwave background works out to several hundred kilometers every single second, a number so large that comparing it to anything you have ever personally experienced feels almost meaningless, and you cannot feel a single part of it, not because these speeds are somehow small or insignificant, but because there is no true, fixed, absolute version of stillness anywhere in the entire universe for your body to measure itself against. This idea is not new. Nearly 4 centuries ago, Galileo Galilei described a thought experiment involving a ship sailing smoothly across calm water. A person shut inside a cabin below deck, he argued, could not perform any experiment at all, dropping objects, watching insects fly, tossing a ball back and forth that would reveal whether the ship was sitting still in the harbor or gliding steadily forward at a constant speed. Motion, so long as it stays smooth and unchanging, is simply invisible from the inside. Einstein later expanded that same basic idea into the foundation of modern physics itself. showing that there is no privileged universal state of rest anywhere in existence. Only motion measured relative to something else. Every one of these speeds only makes sense relative to something else. The ground, the sun, the galaxy, that ancient afterglow of the Big Bang itself, and there is no final, ultimate reference point sitting quietly at rest somewhere beyond all of it, waiting to tell you your true final speed. Add every layer together. Earth's spin, its orbit around the sun's long orbit around the galaxy, and the galaxy's own headlong rush toward the great attractor, and the combined result is a body, yours, sitting in a chair, moving through the universe at a genuinely staggering total speed, all without a single one of your senses ever noticing even the smallest part of it. Keep looking up, because the ground currently holding you in place is not standing still, even for a single instant, and there has never been anywhere in the entire universe that truly is